Hel- Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another exciting, awesome, fun episode of SolidWorks Cloud Simulation
Let's
Champions.
go. Man, to be
And
honest, before you even do that, the excitement you bring for Krishna, that's just amazing. Thank you for that. I am up and ready to go for this.
mix two of us. Yeah, because like every single episode, it's always a completely different product from a different industry and totally cool usage of modeling and simulation. And we love to share these stories with our SolidWorks attendees, users worldwide. So today we have some exciting people on our call from a
Very
totally
exciting.
different industry that we have not touched upon in the last several episodes. So, with great honor, let me present to you Leandro Timoteo and Daniel
Yes.
Galante.
Yes, guys. Thank you very much for
Hello.
the invite. It's a pleasure to me. Consider the story of Caloi in the process by day for the process development of bike. So thank you very much for this invite. Talking about me, it's Leandro Timóteo. I am the product engineer at Caloi. Uh, I work with develop of frame, specifically of frame, together with my colleague Daniel Galante, that's an industrial designer. So I'm inside of the Caloi for a period to around 4 years, and Daniel have a more experience than me. That he have around 11 years at Caloi. So
Oh, wow.
Daniel have a big experience of develop of bike and helping me sometimes. So he they still for helping us and talking with you about the Caloi.
Oh, this
Thank
is
you very much.
exciting. This is so
So,
exciting, man. Yeah.
Thanks,
so
Leandro.
Daniel can design bikes in his night walk, night sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
comes up with the best designs for bikes while he's sleeping too. So,
This guy is almost to open the door of the Caloi. So
oh
together
man.
with the Luigi Caloi.
Nice, nice, nice. And just for the reference of our audience, both Leo and Daniel, they are from Brazil, and
Exactly.
Brazil, part of Latin America. We have our DS champion for Latin America, Jose Pereiras, on the call.
Let's
Woohoo!
Hello,
go.
hello guys. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm an industrial process consultant for Latin America. I'm very happy to have here Leandro and Daniel from Caloi. They are amazing, and you will enjoy a lot about their presentation.
I was gonna say, I mean, Jose needs no, introduction. If anyone
Yeah.
works with simulation and this whole system, they know Jose. He's done a phenomenal job of, teaching simulation and being a very good, vocalist for that as well. So thank you, Jose. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. And you know what, Ronit? I just realized that Jose is the only DS person other than you and me who has been on this show for the second time as a guest.
Yep. We might need to just pencil him in all the sessions from here on. He's a regular now.
He's
It's a
a
Yeah,
regular.
pleasure.
There you go.
It's a pleasure.
Jose
Yeah.
is the king of the simulation. So it's a
Yep. Yep.
necessary stay here to
Nice.
talk with us.
Perfect. Yeah.
Nice.
Can't wait to see what
Okay.
you guys have for us and love to learn a little bit more about bikes. We always see these going around and practically, if you think about it, almost every single home in the world probably has a bike. So this is a great topic. And as engineers, we're always curious to learn a little bit more, deep dive a little bit more into what goes into developing an amazing product. So with
Yeah.
that, man, I'm super excited to see what you guys have in store for us.
Okay. Let's go. I agree with Ronit. This is gonna be exciting. So let's get started. Just for the reference of our audience. So we'll start off with introduction of Caloi as a company, as an iconic brand of Brazil. Then we will walk you through the bicycle development process, which Ronit and I are really excited about because You will hear straight from the experts. And I know when we created a social media post for this webinar, there are like a lot of people from automotive industry, from motorsport industry asking questions like, oh, why is this simulation different from the physical test? Why is there a hole in the frame? So we will try to answer those questions today. And then we switch gears, talk about how Caloi has adopted unified modeling and simulation approach by bringing SolidWorks and 3D Experience Works platform together for their engineering needs. And in the end, we will wrap up with some of the exciting future or present/future work that's ongoing at Caloi. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and take a look at this amazing video. I don't know if you guys can hear the audio. Can you?
No,
No,
cannot
the
hear the audio.
Yeah.
But this would be
But
great for Leandro to kind of talk a little bit about, Caloi as a company.
Yeah. So the Caloi is founded in 1898, so by Luigi Caloi. Today we have 126 years old, so it's a long time for manufacture the bike. We have the office in São Paulo, Brazil, and we have the factory at Manaus. So like it's 3 hours, 4 hours of the São Paulo. Today we have to the Caloi team for athletes that's training for the main that's win the World Cup in the last year. That's the
wow,
guy, the right image.
this
So
guy.
today this guy's is ranked, but today is a training for the other athletes Caloi. So the dispute for the leagues inside of Caloi, World Cups, and another how can I say to another champions inside of Caloi. So inside of Brazil, sorry. And in this, we have a good news regarding the off bike that's we developed in the last year. So today is a good results with these athletes that represent Caloi today in the inside of Brazil in the out of the world.
That's
Yeah.
imagine, Shri Krishna, imagine making or building a great product, and that's being represented on a world stage at the World Cup of mountain biking. That is pretty awesome. Like, so that's
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
pretty crazy. And what I really liked about the Caloi story is on one end, you have these racing history, racing heritage. And on the contrary, you also have people of Brazil who are so close to this brand because they use it for their daily commute. They use it for mountain biking. So you have
Yeah.
this entire spectrum of solutions built for city, mountain, and racetrack, which is quite impressive.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a curiosity, the story of curious because Caloi was the first brand to introduce the mountain bike inside of Brazil. So
Wow, that's
because
cool.
of this, we have the expert for develop of mountain bikes that we are already launched for the another kinds of the uh, kinds of biker like a road bikes like in these years the last week we launched a new bike that's a gravel bike it's another mobility so but it's the means of the experience it's a mountain bike
Got
so
it.
Guys,
And
and Caloi bikes is not only in Brazil, is in almost every country in Latin America. And so we grow up with Caloi bikes
Oh,
in
yeah
okay.
Argentina, in Chile. So they are in every country in Latin America.
That's
Yeah, so
amazing.
in resume today we inside of the big brand is called Pom Bikes and Caloi it's together with another brands like Cannondale, Santa Cruz, Gazelle, Cervelo, Focus, Mongoose, Schwinn, GT. So we have another brands that we call that's if brothers with us.
Got it.
Wow,
Same
I didn't know
family.
that.
So
That's cool.
it's this is a very cool because we changed the experience with these guys. We talk on the engineer for the Cannondale, and we transfer this experience in the develop of framing. That's a challenges. That's a goal. So this is a very good for us.
I like that.
Wow.
You mentioned that you share, technology and talk to
Yeah.
other bikers and develop, that's amazing. I mean, it's good
Yes,
to hear people
exactly.
share technologies that way.
Yeah.
Maybe you can start using collaborative tools on 3D experience platform. What?
Yeah.
I sounds like a broken sales guy, but still. Okay, I think I got the video working. It's pretty cool video. We should share
Let's
it
see.
with the audience. So
Yes,
let's
this
try it one time. All
okay.
right, let's see if it plays. Come on. Do you hear the
Yep.
audio?
Bicicleta é assim, sempre revolucionária, sempre à frente de seu tempo. É
Whoa,
solução
that's amazing.
engenhosa e também extremamente simples. Mais uma vez, o mundo vê na bicicleta o agente transformador no modo como vivemos e agimos nas grandes cidades. E no Brasil, a bicicleta e Caloi se confundem. A marca é símbolo de bicicleta,
pretty
seja
cool to
na
see the
cidade,
manufacturing
na
process.
montanha ou nas pistas de competição. Pedalar uma Caloi é motivo de orgulho. É com ela que atletas testam seus limites, que famílias inteiras passeiam em um domingo de sol, que crianças descobrem que podem ir mais longe, que muita gente acumula as melhores memórias e aventuras. É por isso que investimos em inovação e na qualidade das bicicletas que fabricamos. É por isso que lutamos por mais infraestrutura e segurança nas ruas, para que todo mundo possa ver o mundo a partir de uma bicicleta. Uma sociedade que pedala é uma sociedade mais feliz. Caloi. Fabricamos ciclistas.
Wow. That's
That's
a
a really
really
nice video, man.
nice video. Covers your entire portfolio and how closely it is connected to the life of Brazilians. So let's switch gears. Tell us about how you're leveraging SolidWorks to design, visualize, your
Yeah.
bicycles. Obviously, we're going to get into details of bicycle development later, but just at a high level, we see these models here. Tell us about it.
Okay. This is a kind of model that's a launch for the last year, 2023. So we launched for around 5 models. That's called Explorer Sport. For the next one's Explorer Comp. The next for Explorer Expert, Explorer
Pro.
Explorer Pro.
And
For
these are
4
different.
models.
This is different levels for users, or is it just different levels?
Yeah, different levels for users, because each model we have different components in the entry level and the high level.
Got it.
So in each model we have 5 sizes, in the extra small until extra large,
Got it.
in the different colors. So the many bikes for the
So,
public.
so different colors, different sizes, and also different mechanisms, like your gear and sprocket mechanisms would be different. Materials
Exactly.
would be different.
Exactly. For example, the Explorer
Mhm.
Comp, we have the 80 speed. The Explorer Expert, we have a 9 speed, and the Explorer Pro, we have the 10 speed.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So
Do you guys build your own gear system, or do you get it from one of the industry suppliers like Shimano or someone?
yeah, you use Shimano. The means of the supplier, that's we put the components of the bikes.
Yeah.
It's a means that Shimano. We have some models that use the SRAM. I don't know if you already
SRAM, yep.
know about the SRAM.
Mhm.
The means of the suppliers that's share with us the components. So
Right.
and for explaining this by day of the process developed of frame, I will share my screen for my SolidWorks for introducing you the day by day of me and Danielle in the develop of frames. So excuse me, guy, I share my screen just a second.
Yeah. One question before we jump there. When Ronit and I were talking to you like yesterday, You mentioned that these are renderings done in Visualize, SolidWorks Visualize. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. When I finish the 3D drawings, we used
Wow.
to share with my designing team
Mm.
make the our renders through of the software Visualize. And these
Wow.
renders are used to decide for colors in meetings with directors, managing, and that they decide what's the color we launch. So it's a very we get it to bring the realistic of the bike in the end of the process, and that we can to decide with a team and the commercial team and the management and the directors and decide what the color, and we present of the cost of the bike and what else.
Man, that rendering is amazing. I'm not sure if you guys are as excited or as
Yeah,
impressed as I am, but that looks like a great bike rendering. So great job on that
it's
one.
a very
Yeah, I
close
mean,
to the physical
real.
realistic.
Yeah.
At some point, we would love to see the real bike, placed
Compared,
next to the
take a
rendering,
picture
right?
side by side. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
But very cool. And I guess, you know, we've seen so many different types of bikes on your website.
yeah. So in this year, I will show to you the
Sure.
my SolidWorks for explaining some parts of the bike, the process of the bike. So just a second.
Yeah, please. Yeah, I'd
Mhm.
love to see some SolidWorks CAD drawings for some bike stuff. Yeah, let me allow that.
So are you send the request?
Yep, I approve that. So let's see.
Okay.
Here we go. Something's
Screen.
happening. There we go. Ooh, hello.
I love like demos.
Oh, wow.
This
Yeah,
is the
guys.
model. This is the model that you will see in the previous slide. So we hear how the structure of this bike for explain a little more about the frame. We have this tube which is called the head tube, and we have the top tube. This tube is a down tube, seat tube, and we have two seat stay, the left and the right, and we have here the chain stay, left and the right, draw bolts, and hanger that we can assemble the layer, and in the middle we have the bottom bracket. So before of this, we begin to develop of the geometry. That's a second to looking for the geometry here. So let me see. Let me see. I don't find the geometry.
Oh,
Okay.
So the geometry, I didn't find the geometry here, but it's just a second. I'll open this here.
oh, there you are. Yeah, okay.
It's a very slow my computer,
No worries. We see the drawing. Yeah, we see that.
yeah.
All the
The sketches.
Let me see to
Nice.
hide some
So
this
Leandro,
and
this is the first sketch that you based for drawing every single 3D part, right?
Exactly. Before to construction the bike, we decide of the measure that you choose for this
Wow.
bike, because the measure we decided that's the press we have the more velocity or more
Downlift.
dirigibility. Yeah,
Yeah.
this measure is we decide how the comportament of the bike when you ride off in the roads of the city, in the trail. So it's a very important for us this part when decide of these measures of the frame.
This is the initial step that defines how comfortable a ride will be
Yeah,
for someone.
yeah, we will make it before our research on the website for development for research with another brands, with colleagues like another brands that's inside of Pom Bikes,
Got
and
it.
decide of the measure, and we talking with my director for we decided for this product, and when consolidated this measure, we begin to develop of the frame and how to construction the tubes. We talk with designing team for giving us ideas, what's the profile in the tubes that we would you like to input this kind of the project. So until arriving the assembled bike.
The parametric geometry for all sizes, Leandro?
Yeah, exactly. Daniel said that's a very important. How to construction the many size, extra small one to extra large. We use the tools inside of the SolidWorks that we have a parametric for these sizes. So I can change for size, and it's easier to show to the other guys the proportional of the frame,
Right. So,
relate of the size.
so do you guys use design tables for that, or how do you manage the configurations?
Yeah, in this moment I don't have a configuration, but we have a lot of models that we had this configuration.
Got it.
So another part that's I make analysis with components, like for example, you have a suspension fork in the front of the frame. We analyze if I have some interference when we give the circle of the fork suspension. We don't have an interference with a down tube like this, so we can see if not. We make the interference like if I have a crankset with a chainstay. So
you need to make sure.
yeah, we make the analysis with the tire if we have a good clearance between the tire and the chainstay. So is the mean of the parts that we analyze in this process of together with the specification team.
Okay. Yeah, this is very interesting. In fact, we got 2 questions from social media. It would be great if you can answer that. Can you bring back the geometry? Can you show the geometry again real quick?
Okay.
I think these would be super simple questions for you, but
okay, let's go.
And I already saw Sri Krishna while we do that, like, the aspects of SolidWorks that I actually already shown for them was, being able to create amazing renders without having a product ready. And then, this other aspect that Leandro mentioned was interferences. Yeah, you got
interference check. We had not thought of that. That's pretty cool.
so many components in there, so much movement happening. Of course, we gotta look for interferences. That's amazing. Yep.
Yeah.
So can you get out of the sketch, Leo? Let's look at the 3D geometry real quick.
Okay, this gym.
No, exit from the sketch.
Yeah.
The sketch.
Yeah.
So now can you zoom near the connection of head and top tube?
Top tube, okay.
Yeah. So right here. So there's a hole with a black closing, right? There's a hole on the side. So one of the question was, hey, isn't that hole introducing stress concentration when you're riding?
Yeah. We will arrive in this part when I talk about the tests of bike. So we understood before what's the better point for put this roll for no bring the extras in the bike and no appear of the crack. So we already we make the tests for before the launch of the frame. So we have a pass for the five tests that I will comment in the next slides.
Yep.
But it's sometimes we have a problem about this hole. We can move for the better position for no bring this kind of stress. But these questions are good question because sometimes we have this problem.
But the reason you have a hole there is to route the cables from outside to inside, right?
Yeah, let me see to hide this. So this, the both sides.
Ah, okay. So that's where the cables go inside that tube and they come out from the bottom.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
exactly.
I think that answers one of the favorite
One of
questions
the
on
questions,
LinkedIn.
Let me stop my screen.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
come back.
So, Leandro, I mean, you know, getting SolidWorks to initially create the bike frame, and then, you know, from, of course, from Daniel's, you know, industrial design. And I see you have a lot of different, you know, what do you call versions of these bikes, you know, on your website. So I have a quick
Yeah.
question for you because Shri Krishna and I and Jose are simulation, you know, driven people. All we think about is simulation. I'm very curious to know your entire development process. So now you talked about, like, you know, designing the bike. What do you do with testing? How do you test these bikes?
So, for example, 2 years before the art process, it's I give the step by step. We develop enough 3D drawing. So after this, we request for samples of tube for the supplier,
Okay.
and this process for manufacture the tubes around for 45 days.
Okay.
And you
Wow.
plus more 10 days for send to us these tubes to Manaus, plus more 15 days for manufacture the frames,
Mm-hmm.
more 10 days for send the frames for our lab in China, and the more 10 days for tests. So in resume, we have 90 days in the whole process, 3 months in resume. So it's a long time.
So
This
3 month
is
process of testing
exactly,
it. And
exactly.
and
This
let me
is
ask you that. Oh, go ahead, please go ahead.
this is our process around to 1 year ago. So uh, before we have a software to simulation. And the problem is when I goes to the send to the frames for tests, we have some surprise like crack or totally broke the framing and during of the tests. So we can return the auto process for redesigning the frame. So we lost the 90 days in the
Wow.
process. This is a very, very, very problem for us because in this period you can my competitor launch for the first the technology in the inside of Caloi we need to launch the technology first overall. So I can wasting time for the launch of the product.
Yeah.
So I don't need to surprise in the tests. And because of this, we requesting for CADWorks partner that's shown us what is the best of software to make the analysis of simulation for reduce of this kind of problem, reduce of this kind of issues in during the final tests. Because the test we have always is we can change this, but I don't need to have a surprise in the moment of the tests. So
Right.
I need to make the test just to certificate my frame, my
Wow.
Sure.
project. So when you bring the solution like a Simulia, it's to bring the solve my problems with some cracks or break the frame. So showed me how to redesign it before to send to the test the frames.
Yeah, that's awesome. And like, in, you know, we'll love to give a little shout out to CADWorks of, you know, for being a supportive simulation partner to you guys, and you know,
Yeah,
showing you guys the right tools. And these are important. Like you say, the
yeah,
right tools make the job easy, you know, and you do it the right way as well. So rather than, sledgehammering a job and trying to get results that way. So yeah, I can already see introduction of simulation tools. I mean, I haven't even seen any results, but I can tell already the time from 3 months and surprises probably cut down to a lot less.
Yeah, exactly. This is
And
the main point.
what you just mentioned, Leo, is exactly how simulation is being used in some of the other industries. It's not necessarily to replace physical testing, but you do lots of simulations and very few physical tests to kind of verify the
Validate.
performance.
Exactly. And our public in Brazil requests always request for us when you launch the bikes are very weight light. This is a very challenge for us because if you so decrease the thickness of tube, we have the problem of the stress. It's a bigger probability for break the frame. I need to find the equilibrium for launch the product. It's a lightweight, but at the same time is we have the resistance and durability.
Yep. It's a lot of critical goals over there. You want to make it lightweight. You want to make it strong. You want to make it last for a long time. So
Exactly.
And how do you do that without having necessary tools to be able to tell you those that information? So I did see the next slide accidentally, and I saw some tests over there. So I'm already curious, and I love testing too. So what is happening over here? Someone tell me, please.
Yeah, we showed to everyone the means of standards we have in the world of the bike. So in the first standard is a ISO 4210. It's specifically for mountain bike and mountain bike, urban bike, city, so everything, but specifically to bikes for 29 inches. So in the ISO 8928 is a standard that's covered by young bikes. And the last one is standard EN 15194. It's cover the e-bikes frames. So we have three standards to cover of these tests that we need to make in this after the process of the develop of prototypes. And with these tests, we, like I said in the previous slide, that we have the certificate of the product. That's where you have durability, resistance, so of this.
So maybe we start with the impact test first.
Exactly. This is stats is for study the how to decomport the head tube and together with top tube in the down tube of the resistance for impact, like a rock, like everything. That's like a crash test.
Got it.
Exactly.
Like a high energy event that's happening over there, and we want to that. Okay,
exactly.
Great.
Okay. What about falling frame?
Falling frame is another test of impact. That's tests for example, we put some mass in the frame for represent for the weight for the person that's on the bike, and we test it 2 times with this.
Okay.
I'm looking at a person doing a wheelie, and the wheel comes down. You want to be analyzing that. It's gonna be fine, guys. The bike is gonna be great. Keep popping those wheelies.
Mashing 100 kilos of wheelie.
All right, let's go from crazy riding to responsible riding, which is the fatigue test. So tell us about the fatigue testing.
Yeah, this fatigue test is we represent for the hull of frame. We have 1,200 force newtons forward, and the reverse we 1,600 newtons. And the target is around to 100,000 cycles. And after this, if no appear the cracks or the broken, the frame is passed.
Certified.
Yeah. We have another two fatigue tests. It's not here, but we have in the instance two more fatigue tests. That's called the pedal fatigue
Pedal
and
fatigue.
in the vertical fatigue.
Okay.
And inside of the brand that's upon bikes, we created the more 18 tests. That's a secret tests. That's I can't show to you because it's a secret. So it's a very important for us because we give the consumer the guarantee that we don't problem with the crack, don't problem with the broken of the frame. So in totally we are applying to around 13 tests in the frame.
Oh wow,
And Leandro, simulation is very important for you because you don't only have to pass those tests, you are optimizing those frames, right? Because you are looking
Exactly.
for the lightest frame. So you are on the edge, right? You need to reduce
Light
mass.
versus strength. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So that I guess this is one of the main challenge for you guys.
Yeah, yeah. And you can create the many possibilities before to develop of the prototypes. So
And just out of curiosity, Leandro, and again, no numbers required. Are these when you send these tests out to different labs to run these, are they pretty expensive to run?
yeah, we have the lab in China with
Yeah.
the many brands inside of Pon bikes sent to the frames for this lab. And we have the opportunity for send our prototypes for tests our frames.
And they're
So
expensive tests to run when you send them out?
not much because inside of the to the brand.
Got it.
But
Oh, it's
we
inside.
have
Okay, it's
Oh, it's
internal.
part of the brand.
It's
Okay.
yeah,
internal. That's why.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. It's
Got
part
it.
of the
Got it.
brand.
Got it.
So
I got it.
Okay.
Awesome.
And also, since you mentioned that you have your own secret test setup, I just want
yeah.
to make it clear to everybody that all the videos you're seeing are not from Caloi.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Okay.
just similar, but it's
The
not
idea
all.
is there. Yeah, the similar
Yeah.
plans.
All
Okay.
right.
Good point.
All right. So, Leandro, this is, a great slide for all of us. We love talking about, we've talked about your journey, and in every journey, there's challenges. When we talk about, a big product like Caloi, there's obviously going to be engineering challenges that you've come across and then you've tried to overcome. Can you talk a little bit about some of the engineering challenges that you've seen over the last few years and how you addressed them? Actually, just challenges.
Yeah, we always how the company we have always challenges for your kind of the products.
Yeah.
And with us is not different. We have a challenge, we have a goals. So when you talk with the CardWorks for bring for us the Simulia, it's to bring this challenge for we have reached this 42 models in 2 years, innovation with e-bikes. So in this moment, this is the process of the reach of these challenges. But I can't say you that I have a good news, a good numbers. So if in the process of developing the project with Simulia and the SolidWorks, that's always with us together.
Got it. I see, one of the first things to say is 20 prototypes per month.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. And of course, we talked about, the two profiles and how you're finding that equilibrium between making it lightweight or making it strong enough. So, that's Sri Krishna,
Exactly.
we know that challenge. Sorry, go ahead.
Imagine you construction 20 prototypes, you send to the test and the break.
Oh,
You have the cost for the request for samples of tube. You
The
cost of the
transportation.
transportation, exactly. And so it's a difficult for a company and you justify these numbers.
yeah.
So it was a very challenge for us.
And also you have a very aggressive go-to-market plan. 42 models to be
Yeah,
released in 2 years.
yeah,
Wow.
but you can count for example, 5 size. So we have the
Sure.
same model with
Yeah,
Five
but
and
sizes.
different
you have the
sizes.
size you can count. If
Still,
another,
man,
yeah,
lots of
you
different models.
and if another color, it's another the model.
Got it.
The
Okay, okay.
important with this launch, so
Yeah. But even for 5 models, you still have to pass all the safety standards that you talked about earlier. You still have to create prototypes for different
Yeah.
sizes, right?
It adds
yeah,
up.
yeah,
It adds up. It
exactly.
adds up a lot. So no, glad. And then of course, so we talked about, you as a, project manager are working on this on these projects and the challenges that you run across. From a higher point of view, can you talk to us a little bit about, some of the business challenges that Caloi as a company sees? And of course, one of the first ones we talked about is there's 42 models in 2 years. What are some of the other things that you guys are running into lately?
So we can. Are you talking more and after
Yeah,
regarding
so like
the
the e-bikes,
construction e-bikes
Yeah, yeah.
exactly? So, but today the means of challenges is a converge the what you find in the physical tests and the conversion simulated tests. When
Mhm.
I these numbers, it's a similar. I need to security for the company that we have a problem when I get tested in the future. So
Got it.
this is
Got it.
a very challenge to us in the moment.
Great. And all these tests, of course, you're adhering to all the international safety standards, all the ISO models. And
Yes,
then
apply this tests inside of Simulia.
got it. And then do you have any plans of maybe let's say because you guys are doing so many physical tests and it costs a lot. Do you have any plans of doing this in-house or building the test fixtures? Well, you already do, right? You said you have some
A
secret.
facility in China, right?
Yeah. We have this opportunity for tests in lab in China. So
Okay.
to us is not very interesting. We have a machines for invest the money for. We created the lab at Manaus because we have this lab in China.
Ah,
The guys have the big experience for use this machine. So it's not interesting for us to create a lab at Manaus.
Got it. Got
right.
it. Yeah, these
So
engineering challenges and business challenges, Shri Krishna, this kind of resonate pretty much in all the all the product development companies, So
Yeah,
yeah, this is great.
it's very similar,
Very,
just different flavors.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
believe it or not, we're already 3/4 of the way, and we
Oh,
still haven't talked about simulation. So, we're
that's
going to
good.
run through the next few topics quickly. Uh, Maybe you can share your journey of going from SolidWorks desktop to, cloud-based 3D experience platform for your simulation needs.
Yeah, we are a long time with softwares, the some systems. We begin to SolidWorks since 2009, and the last year you getting to introduce of the Simulia inside of Caloi together with the partner CADWorks. And today, as I said, in the process of the learn with the simulation, introduce of the tests is standard inside of the Simulia. And as I said too, I have a good news, a good numbers in this moment with this Simulia. Is a good software to. It's a very simple to uh, you change the toolings inside. It's a very easy to we stood
Customize
up
it.
the yeah
It's
yeah
basically like your virtual test environment
Yeah.
where you're able to create new virtual prototypes, different types of tests without
yeah
any physical effort or physical time.
Yeah.
exactly yeah. In the use SolidWorks together with the Simulia, you can change my frame and the auto to update of the the framing and the simulation. It's a very easy. It's a very cool for us.
That integration
Right.
is very powerful. So you stick with SolidWorks all around, and then last couple of years, you guys introduced the simulation on cloud, and you're doing your designs in SolidWorks,
Yeah,
and you're pushing the model into cloud simulation, running the test. You don't like your results, you can make a change, and then auto update the designs in simulation. That's powerful, man. That is
exactly,
Right.
Ron.
So when you refer to Simulia, you mean the Simulia technology that's available on the 3D Experience platform and connected to SolidWorks. We call this as our 3D Experience Works portfolio, mainly for SolidWorks users to kind of take their innovation to the next level. That said, somebody actually asked the same question as the timing of the slide. So maybe, Ronit, we can kickstart our favorite slide in every single episode. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we always want to know, like, what keeps us apart, what value we bring to the table. So I'm always curious to know, when you were deciding to go with, like, why did you choose Dassault Systems? Like, why did you choose the tools that we provide compared to some of the other simulation standalone companies that are out there?
Okay, so everybody knows that we have in the market of another software to make the simulation, but you can find in the Dassault systems that the support. I think it is the means of the to us
Woohoo!
the support. uh, the CADWorks, we have the always giving us support for to hugging us of the challenges. That's always we have a challenge we introduce for the CADWorks our challenges, and always to available for us to take off the doubts and develop of the simulation. So the means of the choose of the Dassault system with Simula is because of the support is a very well.
Wow, that's powerful. That's a very powerful statement.
Yeah.
And I know if CADWorks is watching right now, they are
Yeah.
super, super stoked. So that's
Yeah,
great
it's
to
not a
know.
kind of the brain that's the bots of the software to you in the say goodbye. So no, the Dassault systems and the CADWorks and always giving us in the so take off adalmat. So it's a very cool to us. It's a piece the means of point of this is the support of the CADWorks.
So that's on the support side. From a technology standpoint, what attracted you the most? Why did you choose Dassault Systems and the Simulia technology on the platform versus any other software out in the market?
Yeah, the subsystems have the a use of technology the technology that we have in today. So like a SolidWorks that you use Sizen to 2009, and when I introduced the 2D experience to us is a very cool because we don't have invest in IT requests. So to us is it's a very cool. In the IT team of Caloi, it's a smile for us when I talk about this because we're going to invest in the equipment of a request of the so.
So the cloud offering basically eliminates the cost of investment in IT or hardware for performing simulation.
Exactly.
And obviously, the Simulia technology comes with Abacus Solver, which is world renowned. And you will talk to us about accuracy later and how the simulation results are matching the physical test data, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The famous desktop versus cloud and data management. I mean, we know, like, we keep this is since we follow this routine quite a bit in these webinars. It's always curious. I'm always curious to know, like, from an engineering point of view, or from even a personal point of view, using desktop versus cloud. Like, what are the benefits you've seen going into cloud simulation versus, like, some of the desktop stuff that you guys were working on before?
So I think it's easier to develop of the project. You use the simulation in a cloud. It's very fast. you can get into the results is very faster. It's because of this. Is we can invest in the IT requests. So it's the best point for us when I show the 3D experience together with the cloud.
This question might be for Jose. Jose, since you've have you had a chance to work? I'm sure you've had a chance to work on a lot of cloud high, drop tests and impact tests for Caloi. How important do you think is cloud compute? How important is that advanced simulation plus cloud compute, and how does that benefit Caloi in getting simulations fast?
Yeah, very good question. Bikes seems to be simple, but when you need to run all of that simulation test, impact test, you have a lot of contact, explicit dynamics, a lot of, I would say, advanced simulation. So having the ability of running on cloud, is the it changed the way that you get the results much quicker and much faster. So you don't need to run you don't depend on your laptop or workstation. So running on our servers in the system servers, I would say at the very beginning, we tried to run in a local workstation. It took more than 5-6 hours. And when we run it on cloud, it takes less than 20 minutes.
Wow.
So this is the difference. And imagine that Caloi needs to run how many prototype a month? 40,
20 prototypes
20.
per month.
20
Yeah.
prototype a month. You need to run many tests. So that's the reason why cloud computing is so important.
Straightforward.
And that actually puts us, ready to talk about the benefits you guys have realized. I mean, when we were looking at this, we were blown away. You were, because of using simulation. And for our audience, yes, we will talk about simulation in few minutes. But, because of simulation, you were able to reduce the costs, time, and effort. Tell us a little bit about this. This is like really impressive.
Yeah. So 2 years ago, we suffered. That's the start is a content beginning of this meeting. We have the is a certainly that we have the 3 months to develop of the frame. So always we develop a new frame that's we retest 2 times. So we talking about the 108 days. So
Wow.
6 months. So we don't need of this. We just 3 months we solved of this problem, and cost because of the cost of development reduced by 50%. Safety standards passed with more simulation, the less prototypes, so you don't have a manufacturer more prototypes. Shorten the timing and accelerated the design. We can launch in the first of the others, the competitor. So
you can beat the competition.
Yeah, and the companies are very happy with these results.
Okay. I mean, this is amazing, by the way. Kudos to you guys and CADWorks and our friend Jose who's on the call. Let's dive into the details of the simulation, which our audience have been patiently waiting for. So let's talk about the first one, which is impact test example from ISO 4210. You have explained the test earlier. Correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, you have a specific load that you drop, and you check if the bike can withstand that load, several of those loads, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. We have this test in 2 times.
Mm.
And we analyze the difference of the measure that we said the U base. U base is the measure between the axle, front axle and the rear axle in the measure. If I use the steel fork, the difference of the measure, you can be more 10 millimeters. If I use the fork suspension, you can more to 30 millimeters.
30
So
mm. Okay.
if I less of this, okay, the frame is passed.
Okay. So when you performed simulations to check for these deformation, obviously
Yeah.
these are very complex simulation because there is contact happening, there is a lot of deformation, there's a lot of nonlinearity. This was done with the 3D experience platform using the Abacus solver. How close were the simulation results in comparison with physical tests?
Yeah, we this as I said, we in the process of the converge these numbers. So
Okay.
the idea is make the simulation at Simulia, and the same time we make the test physical tests and the beginning to compare. And maybe if a not is equal, we can change of, for example, the thickness of the the 3D drawing that's is not correct of the real tests. So we can find the points that's bring the same numbers in the end of the compare.
So they perfectly match the physical
Ex
test. That
yeah,
gives you confidence. So then you cut down the number of physical tests, replace it with simulation.
exactly.
Right.
The CADWorks helping us with this match of these tests.
Very good. Yeah. So the support part that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And just for the reference of our audience, the simulation results that you're seeing is from Caloi, but the physical test facility is not from Caloi because it's a
Yeah.
secret.
Yeah. But this is a standalone. We make the similar of this test in our lab.
Got it. Yeah. Okay, let's switch gears from impact test to durability, which is also quite interesting. And let's talk about that in a second. So you explained earlier that you have to pass at least a minimum of 100,000 cycles
Yeah.
in like 3 different cases. There's a pedaling force case, there's a horizontal case, and then there's a vertical case. Um, so when simulations were performed, again, how close were the results? What was the design changes that were made because of the simulation?
Yeah, this is another test that's we in the process of the converge the numbers, but you can find specifically for for example in this video in the Simulia we can find a little crack, for example, in between under the top tube. We know that's in this case we apply the weld, so we can
Of course.
analyze very well if it's a real of this crack because we have the weld in the around to the tube.
Yeah.
So
And also, as we were discussing yesterday, we also have FE-safe technology based solution that allows you to study the durability considering the weld fatigue. I presume
exactly.
that would be one of the next steps at Caloi.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. So it looks like in this case, most components pass the test. Okay, you notice some crack, but that's addressed with the welds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very insightful information. Okay, I guess it's time to talk about the future.
Yeah. So the next year, Caloi we launch for 6 new models, electric bikes. We call them the e-bikes. So we have the motorbikes, we have urban bikes, electrical, and we have all mountain bikes. It's a specific kind of the bike. So the future is electrical. Yeah, we can to bring this kind of the technology for inside of Brazil. And the Caloi in the thinking a long time for this, And we already launch of the bikes like this. Imagine, this model we launched 2022, and it's an electric bike, but we can launch much more or introduce this technology for customers, Brazilian customers.
Wow.
So
It looks really cool, by the way.
yeah.
And I just have a follow-up question. So this is a commuter class or a city electric bike. Do you have plans of electrifying any of the mountain bikes or other types of bikes?
Yeah. Two of these 6 models that we launch for the next year, are mountain bikes.
Now, I
Cool.
can definitely see myself using that because I'm lazy and I don't want to pedal uphill. So I can e-bike it uphill and then ride it downhill.
Yeah.
And you will have the traditional mountain bikers look down on you, Ronit.
Yeah.
So slow.
I would
Or
like
maybe
to
so
talk more.
fast with less effort.
Yes.
I would like to talk more about these models, but I can't because we not allowed yet. But
We thought we would be able to trick you in telling us some things, but no, I'm just kidding.
Not live on air. So we are at the edge of the hour, guys. Ronit, maybe you can wrap this up for us.
Definitely. I mean,
And then we could also take a couple of questions if everybody's okay.
100%. Yeah. I mean, what a journey. I mean, as an engineer, I'm very curious about how things are made, how things get developed. So maybe that's why we spend a little bit more time on the bike development process. But we were able to, yeah, we saw how Caloi uses 3D Work simulations to, get lower number of prototypes, get more testing done. So basically, they're accelerating their innovation. And of course, while they're doing that, they have to adhere with the international standards, safety standards. So, these tools help them in achieving those standards fast as well. Now, the best part about what you mentioned, Leandro, was how SolidWorks is integrated with the simulation on Crowd, this 3D Experience Works simulation. So you can make your design, send it over to the cloud to run some analysis. You don't like your results, you can iterate on your design, make some changes, update the design on your end, and this process, this flow of information from SolidWorks into the cloud simulation is seamless. It doesn't it makes life easy for us because you don't have to worry about importing and exporting different file types. And of course, when you have these tools, this high advanced simulation tools, that you're actually running some pretty complex simulations. I mean, just looking at a drop test, it's not an easy test. It's a very complex test. It looks easy, but there's a lot of dynamics going on in there. So, and with these tools, we're able to solve those problems very fast. Like Jose mentioned, with the power of cloud computing, you're able to solve something that was 6 hours into 20 minutes. I've heard, you guys tests that take 2-3 days wrapped up into like, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours max. So that's a significant time save. And as an engineer, you want to be able to innovate. You don't want to wait for your study to be done for 2 days, So incredible journey.
And also with accurate results that match the physical test data, right? So no compromise on the accuracy, but faster turnaround.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're getting some not so accurate result, it doesn't, do anyone any benefit. So, the power of simulation and what we hear from our clients and our users on a daily basis is, what they see in their physical tests is what they see in, the virtual tests, and which is incredibly powerful. I mean, it gives me confidence to make things and, products out there. So it's incredible. I'm actually really looking forward to see your journey with the e-bike design that you do with the MODSIM, and would love to bring you, perhaps at the SolidWorks stage or like at some other level where you could
3D Experience World.
3D, there we go. And we talk a lot more about how you use the MODSIM technology or that process to make better e-bikes out there for Latin America. Really looking forward to that. I do want to thank you guys for taking us on this amazing journey.
You're welcome.
It's very, very insightful. I mean, this is super exciting, by the way. we did get a couple of questions. I think you answered most of them. There's just one question I would like to bring up, if you would like to answer. First, there were a lot of people who are asking if we want to learn how to design bicycles or bikes, what would be your advice? Is there a specific resource, or does Caloi offer any sort of training programs for people to learn bicycle design?
Guys, I confess that's the difficult to find the guys to learn, to know the experience for develop of the frame is a very difficult to find. So, but it's not a difficult to learn. It's when you enter up Caloi, you can brief of the bike how they. So you can learn day by day with the experience with another brands. You can see and looking for on the internet with a kinds of geometry, and you understand that that's how to the company work with the geometry, how can kinematics. So when you talk about the bike full suspension, so it's not a difficult to learn, but it's a difficult to find the guys that's have experience of bike.
You know, as you were saying there, Leandro, I can see Daniel just smiling. He's like, that's right. That is right, my friends. That is right. Because he's
All
the expert with the sketches and the industrial design that starts the process, right? So we can imagine.
Exactly.
I mean, Daniel is quiet because in parallel he just finished design of like 3 or 4 frames in
bikes are
last
done.
45 minutes. It's like okay, I think we can bring this home. Thank you all. Leo, Daniel, Jose, has been amazing. And obviously, Ronit and I, we like to chat for like hours, but we are already 5 minutes over. So thank you guys for sharing
You're
all
welcome.
the insights in your development process and this really cool story of yours. And congratulations for building this iconic brand and leveraging MODSIM for addressing your engineering and business challenges.
Yeah.
Okay. One more time, thank you very much for inviting us for discussing a talk of the change of the experience. So to us, it's always a pleasure to talk with about Caloi and talking about the day by day in the process of develop of a frame and the bike. So thank you very much, guys. Is congratulations for this software, because you as a creator of the software and helping us in the day by day.
It's teamwork, my friend. It's two to clap, So great job on everyone did a great job. So thank you.
Yeah, and it's interesting you mentioned how awesome the support from CADWorks is. I just saw a message from Leonardo from CADWorks saying, hey, great job, guys. You can count on us. He's literally saying you can count on us on our webinar. That's awesome.
They are there. They are there.
That's a great job, guys. I love the collaboration. I love the support. So, shout out to CADWorks. Shout out to DS as a company, in creating this kind of environment where, we can collaborate with companies and come up with fantastic products. So thank you from everyone, from of us here over here.
And thanks to our audience for staying 8 minutes over or 10 minutes over, but I hope you all really enjoyed. So you can watch the recordings if you missed any part of it, and we will see you guys next month.
Yep.
Thank you
See
all.
you guys.
Have a good rest of the day.
See you guys.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.